Welcome to the VIP MasterClass series. I'm Josh Wright, and today's episode is dedicated to Michael T. We have a Michael S. and a Michael T. in our group. So Michael just joined a couple of weeks ago, and he said, of the pieces I'm presently working on, Chopin Prelude No. 24, subtitled The Storm, I would consider, we were talking about high maintenance pieces. We were emailing back and forth. And anyway, he said, I would consider this a high maintenance piece. Sometime describing how you divide the long right hand runs over the left hand would be an interesting topic. I mostly get them, but I then slow down the left hand ever so little to accommodate all of these notes in the right hand. So it doesn't detract from the piece. I think it might be the pianist's license in the spirit of creating an illusion. Your thoughts? It seems that the tempo of the piece is determined by how fast one can play the double thirds in measures 45 and 46. This piece, like so many Beethoven sonatas, is full of angst and passion that it is very easy to have it run away into a train wreck. Any thoughts about how to navigate such emotionally charged music that threatens one's equilibrium? And then in parentheses he says, it seems like an oxymoron that one needs to do both, from Michael. So thanks, Michael. It's great to have you as part of the series, the VIP group. And I completely agree with your last statement. It has to be full of angst, but there does have to be an equilibrium as well. A lot of people, I remember Sergei Babayan. An interesting fact is I studied with my teacher here in Utah for 15 years. Her name's Susan Dolmeyer. And then my teacher at Michigan for 3 years. And I really only ever had about 20 lessons with Sergei Babayan, probably over the course of 3 or 4 years. But they were so memorable, the things that he would say, the stories he would tell. He's just a hilarious person, very intense when it comes to the music, but hilarious nonetheless. And he once said, Joshua, when you play these parts in this piece, it is like you are bull on red carpet. All you see is red. And your mind goes out the window. We have two things inside of us. We have conductor and we have passionate person. You must remember, passionate person has to come out always, but conductor is always in charge. So I always remember that description, because regardless of how passionate a piece is, you have to keep in time overall. Of course, you can have tons of rubato, but it has to overall have an equilibrium. So I like your comment there, Michael. Let's really quickly hit on his completely correct point of saying, oh, I think that you've got to have the double thirds determine the tempo, which is absolutely true. So never played this piece, and you're probably like, I want to kill you because how do you do the thirds? Chopin has the exact same thing in Chopin Concerto No. 2. So I have experience with Chopin's actual writing of the same thing. So whatever you can establish as your tempo there, I think it's a good idea. So let's jump into his meaty question, which is, how do you subdivide insanely long things over a steady left hand, insanely long right hand passages? I've gone over polyrhythms in a fairly recent video, but this one I think takes it a step further, which is why I wanted to address this question today. So here's the piece. Just a long F major scale, but how do you figure out how to put that in? There's 28 notes. I went through for about 5 minutes and just practiced this, so I didn't look like a complete idiot in front of you guys. And there's 28 notes in the right hand there, and then the left hand, I want you to think in terms of, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 16ths. So you're basically dividing, and then it's just another group of the same thing in the left hand. So divide 28 in half, first of all, because we have two identical halves with the left hand. Thank you so much for watching. I've listed 2 links in the description below. One of them is to download this full video that you've just watched the sample for. The other is to view the entire library of VIP Masterclass series videos. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.